everything going? Lekker. So now you are the clever oaks when it comes to motorbikes and all these things. Donovan, you've been doing bikes for longer than anyone I know.
Doesn't mean I'm clever.
And Bruce, you are the importer, distributor of Triumph motorcycles in South Africa. So I'm going to ask you clever oaks one question. If I were to blindfold you and put you on the motorcycle, how would you know that it was a Triumph?
I'd ask someone.
Okay, let's say you were deaf and dumb and let's say you couldn't see and you couldn't talk. How would you know you were on a Triumph if you climbed on board? Okay, start it quickly. Okay, how do you know that it's a Triumph?
With a triple sound.
Okay, rev it quickly. Can't you hear that?
Yeah.
It goes Britain. The morning session was spent on the small wheel Tiger. Small wheel, obviously better suited to tar, and also for shorter legged riders it makes a little bit more sense. In saying that it's suited to tar, it is however very good in the gravel, and we can touch on that a little bit later on. We had a really great ride. The guys worked out a very cool route, and South Africa is one of the greatest places in the world to live if you ride a motorcycle. From Casterbridge Hollow, we took the road through Mpumalanga, all the way up along the Kaapse Road, which is just glorious. It poured with rain, but there wasn't an unhappy face among us. From there we headed down the hill to Hippo Hollow. We shared some more thoughts with the other riders. We've just ridden from the hotel. We've come through the bustling metropolis of Mpumalanga, and we're on the Kaapse Road, which is absolutely one of my favorite roads in West Transvaal, Mpumalanga. And we've stopped for a little break so that the guys can tar their lungs, because the tar roads are so bad, so they may as well tar their lungs. The weather is
brilliant.
It's nice riding weather, isn't it? Hey?
Oh,
It's amazing.
Guys, I want to just chat to you. Come on, go stand behind the bike, please. I just want to chat to you about your thoughts.
I like the ergonomics. I'm very comfortable physically on the bike. Quick shifter is actually very smooth, even in the lower gears. The TFT is very legible. When we started up this morning to sort of set it all up for ourselves, it's very easy with a little toggle, very legible TFT screen. Heated hand grips for today, which is awesome. The screen, which is really easy to lift physically, just up and down, which is great on the fly. Very nimble, very agile, easy to just hook around corners, nice throttle, nice torque, smooth. Pulling out from cars or trucks.
Even in higher gears, you just roll on.
Right, come on, you share your thoughts now, so you're it.
So yeah, the torque for me is good, I love it. I was enjoying the adaptive suspension, so I was playing around with that a lot, and you can feel the difference as you go up and down.
I saw how much breakfast you ate this morning.
Oh, you could see it. Yeah. Also the quick shifter, like she said, is pretty good, especially at low speeds. It works perfectly up and down. Enjoying it so far.
Oh, see how time flies.
Yeah, it does. Time flies when you're having fun. There's a song in your head and open roads, isn't it? Hey? It's like that. But
smooth, hey?
yeah,
Very smooth, yeah.
Takes a bit of...
that's always been Triumph's little trick, hasn't it? Yeah.
Heated grips, heated seat on mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you put it on?
It was very hot. Got very hot at some point, but it's good.
Brilliant, guys.
No, turned it down.
Cool. We'll chat to you a bit later.
Cool.
Air it off.
From our step, it was up to the very top of Kaapse Hoop to the trading post for a hot cup of coffee, because we were all frozen solid. And from there we started making our way down to the lunch stop, where once again we managed to compare some notes. Ryan Chain, everybody knows him. He's a big social media guy, well-known journalist. Can you give me your 50 cents worth? You've only ridden the small wheel. Your turn on the big wheel this afternoon.
Yeah. Okay. I had good fun on the smaller wheel bike. It's road biased. I had a lot of fun during the passes. It's a pity that the 22 was wet.
Very wet.
I posted a picture where I said the calm before the 22, and then the storm hit the 22, so it wasn't good. But surprised by the handling. It was just phenomenal. I mean, the handling of the bike is superb. For a big bike like this, I wasn't expecting that to be that good.
Do you think that Triumph has delivered a good addition to the big adventure market?
Oh, definitely.
And bear in mind, this is the road bias one we're
This is
talking
the road bias one. I mean, I'm more of a road rider.
Yeah.
I do very little off-roading, but this is just phenomenal. I can, especially the other one with the heated seat and the heated grips, and it was very nice today.
Good stuff, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And that roll-on throttle is smooth. The engine braking, did you feel that? As soon as you're off, it's actually quite strong, the engine braking. But not top heavy, like I don't have to throttle around, well I did throttle around corners, but it's not top heavy. But engine braking is quite strong. Do something quickly about the height.
Yeah, the height is quite impressive. Shorties will struggle. I saw you struggling.
No, I never struggled. So the big wheel, to me, did not feel overly tall, and the small wheel is good for everybody, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, some adventure bikes, you're on your tippy toes all the time. To me, they felt fine.
But I think that height thing is very personal. Some people really like to not just be tippies, you know, they want to be a little bit more planted.
And in control.
So
Look, the tippies thing is personal. Like, I don't mind it. As soon as you get going, you're going. Once you stop, you're on one leg. And yeah.
Excellent. Okay, guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Just a few thoughts on the, just to simplify things, there's 4 different models. I'm going to call it the small wheel and then the big wheel. On a road trip, we haven't done any gravel at all. So the small wheel, exactly what it promises to be. It's powerful, it's comfortable. The adaptive suspension is absolutely marvelous. It just does everything you need to do you set what you want and off it goes. Adjusting the screen up and down on both models is just so easy. It's probably the easiest adjustable screen in the world. Power, unbelievable, really good. You can just lug through these turns. We came down the 22, we did the Kaapse Hoop Road. You can lug along in top gear without shifting through the gears, nothing. And they give you a quick shifter up and down as standard with the purchase price. There's no hidden cost there. So that's a really good value proposition. And in our opinion, all bikes should have quick shifters because they're just so lacquer. And this one worked exceptionally well. No problems there at all. Triumph tells us that the quick shifter learns. So if you buy one of these, it picks up what your riding habits, and then it adapts to what you want. So really cool, comfortable, powerful, a lot smaller than it is. It feels a lot smaller than it looks, and I know that's a cliche, the weight and all that goes away, but it is a small super tourer. It's really excellent. Shaft drive, it's been a really lacquer day in the saddle. Well, this afternoon we're heading up into the mountains to go and get dirty. These guys have just come back. I'm going to try and catch someone now who's just come back in and have a little chat with them. But that's going to be really good. We've been caught in the rain all day. Rain, mist, miserable, cold. But they even gave us British weather to match the British bike. Okay, tell me, how was your ride?
It was fantastic. A whole lot of mist, a whole lot of rain, but you know what? It just makes it. A good friend of mine always says that the difference between a journey and an adventure is a journey becomes an adventure the moment something goes wrong.
I think he is 100% correct because.
So it's the weather that's gone wrong.
Okay, yeah, the weather's gone wrong.
Chick, you've had your interview. Morag, come sit in on this with me. So.
I'm good.
They changed the routes a
Doesn't
little
wanna
bit.
come near me.
It was very wet and muddy.
Yeah.
Did you hit a lot of mud and stuff?
There wasn't that much. Surprisingly, the road we did was pretty much okay, and man, it was fun. Just a big flowing gravel road, went through the mountains. It's my kind of favorite road. I know there's guys who like bunny hopping up the side of cliffs.
No,
and all that
I
kind
think
of
on a
stuff,
bike
but
like this, most people who would want this is exactly what you did.
My favorite kind of off-road riding is a big adventure bike on a wonderful windy gravel road that you can just have a great time on. Okay, so one thing, it is definitely a lot lighter, and I remember when they launched the first, in fact in those days it was called the 1200 Explorer. The one big problem is that it had its own gravity. Literally it affected tides, it was so heavy.
Yeah.
And now this one's the opposite. It clearly is a lot lighter. It's very stable. On the off-road there was no wobbling, no anything like that. The suspension, you got to put it. Okay, if you want to ride hard, you've got to put it in a sport mode. Otherwise, it does bottom a fair amount. It still did bottom sometimes, but you had to really sort of club the big stuff.
Yeah.
But overall it was all okay. I mean, the power is very easy and usable. I mean, I'm going to say similar to the 900 with this whole T-plane crank thing,
Yeah.
whereby it doesn't give you the same kind of whack, but it's a more sort of controllable whack. You know what I mean? It's more of a shove than a whack, and very controllable, very easy to ride. And it's one of these things, and I say this a lot, especially about adventure bikes. Back in the old days, adventure bikes took you for a ride.
Yeah.
Now you ride them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're going on the bike, you feel like you're in control. You feel like you're in charge of your destiny, and that's really kind of what you want, and have a whole lot of fun while you're doing it.
No, absolutely. So
Yeah.
Triumph's done a good job.
Yeah. They always do a good job. I mean, I could have told you this bike's going to be good because the last one was good.
Well, there we
Unless
go.
they're going to make this one worse, well, you know.
Good one, nice one. We'll chat to you when you get back after your road ride this afternoon.
Yes.
I'll say. How are you, Morag?
I'm very well.
Okay, we're going to try and video. We're going to see how this goes. It's probably going to end badly, but we'll try.
Let's see how Len struggles to get on the bike.
It's at an angle.
Yeah.
Right. We need to mention that in order to get up into the forests and things, we did quite a lot of road riding. And it was interesting to see how taken the adventure guys were with the bike. We chatted to Brian Chain earlier, who's definitely a more road-oriented guy, and he said that he would take the small wheel every day of the month. Our lot, the guys who generally spend time on adventure bikes, just said, well, a toss-up between the big wheel and the small wheel, the big wheel will win every time. And especially in the dirt. It's got a big wheel, nice clearance, it's got a nice presence, you don't sit bow-legged on the bike. It's exceptionally comfortable, and it puts down power really, really well. As Donovan mentioned in his earlier interview, we set the suspension up into a stiff sports setting, and off we went, and this thing just munches up the miles in absolute comfort. It really is a great addition to the Triumph family, and it's nothing like the old Explorer used to be. Nice ball. She thinks she's running a rally. If you're watching this video overseas, we need to just share with you that South Africa offers some of the greatest adventure riding in the world. And it's not only in the Cape Province where everybody flocks to. This is in Mpumalanga, and it's just fantastic.
Glenn,
10 words to describe, quick.
awesome! That's all you need. You don't need 10.
That was 11 words. 10 words to describe your event, quickly.
Oh, a lot scary at first. I've never done off-road, but it's actually quite fun.
Right, that was your 10 words.
Yeah, thanks, bye.
10 words, 10 words.
I thought it was only 3 words.
No, that's your 10 words. 10 words, sir. What do you say?
Absolutely fantastic bike, fantastic scenery, awesome launch.
I
Is
can't
it
count
10
that
words?
high.
10.
It's 10 words.
And he used awesome too many times. Other
No, but awesome counts as one word.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great ride.
Absolutely. Isn't this just beautiful, guys?
Fantastic.
Look at where we are. Isn't it just amazing? We live in the most beautiful country.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Check this out. It's a little bit deeper than it looks. And guys, this is why they move the roots, because yeah, the rest of the forest is just wet, wet, wet. Very lekker. Watch for the light in the rearview mirror on the Explorer. Very cool feature. These bikes come with blind spot radar. If someone approaches you from behind and it's in your blind spot, A little light in the mirror, very unobtrusively, just comes on and lets you know, hang on, somebody's there. A very great safety feature. Also useful for when you're riding on the trails and you don't know someone's behind you. Now here's a real world improvement. Shuffling between rider modes and all the electronics is now absolutely simple, a simple push of the button. We like it. On the previous Explorer, trying to shuffle between modes and things was really quite complicated. Anybody who owns one can't deny that. But in addition to packing this with a whole pile of technology and rider modes and you name it, it really has everything. It's all really simple to operate, and that's really cool. That's what people want. Crash protection. I mean, look at this. It's brilliant. Aluminium skid plate. It's what you want. Shaft drive. A lot of people like shaft drive. Companies like KTM have said they will never go with a shaft drive because they're a performance company. But these guys have looked at the market leader and they've said, well, let's see what we can do. How can we imitate them to make our bike just as good? Just muscling it around through the forest and doing stupid U-turns on the freeway. It's a big motorcycle, I'm not going to lie to you, but to move it around is actually quite easy. It's got a great center of gravity. If you want to stand up and do a little uli front dry or something like that, it's great. And the electronics package, guys, you'll see we keep talking about this. It's phenomenal what they can do with motorbikes these days. And getting up here into the forest, yes, you get on here, hey, you're slipping and sliding all over the place, the traction control's kicking in, you go up a little hill climb stops you from rolling backward. And all I can say is thank goodness for hill climb. But we figured, hang on, this is wrong. Get into the scroll through, put into off-road, it disables the ABS, it disables the traction control, you can actually ride it. But guys, I'll tell you the whole story in the next edition of Dirt and Trail magazine, and we'll do the small wheel in Ride Fast. It's a great option if you want to pop your nearest and dearest on the back and head out on holiday. And most people spend time on the road. It's brilliant. It's an absolutely lekker motorbike. We'll tell you all about it in the next issue.